Does it look chubby? Are we okay?
You look
if I'm looking this way, is it chubby?
You look Eric Johnson.
I like the way you're talking, buddy. I like the way you're talking. Welcome to South Omaha Speed. We got a little story time for you, a little something different on the agenda today. John had the camera over, and the big camera's here, and John's here, and some other buddies in the shop, and I ran across this old tachometer in the drawer, and you know, when you smell that old perfume from that old girl you used to date or whatever, it takes you right back to a certain time. Or us car guys, it's like a car part. You see a car part and like, oh, it takes you right back to a certain time in your life when you were living. And this tack right here reminds me of a special time that I shared with a 77 Mercury Marquis. And I had this car for 8 years. So if you've ever seen the movie Uncle Buck and you've ever had Kentucky Fried Chicken, this story's got something for you. So I had a 1977 Mercury Marquis I bought from my cousin Joey for $100, and the power steering was out of it, and it was leaking at the sector box right there at the shaft. And so $100, I put it power steering fluid and got it home, and my dad showed me how to change that seal, and I was running. And this thing was just big and beautiful, just like the car in Uncle Buck. So if you've seen Uncle Buck, it's the same car he was driving. I think it was red with blue interior. This was white with red interior. It had a little damage on the passenger door where they got a little close to something. So anyway, so this story, we drove this car. My mom drove it to work. I drove it to school. I think we had this car in the family for like 7 or 8 years. And this is probably in the early 90s this story took place. And a lot of you are probably out there thinking, gosh, he doesn't look that old to be driving in the early 90s. But yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm up there. So anyway, so so me and my mom, we go to Kentucky Fried Chicken to get some chicken because my dad's at home working with his buddies over, and we're going to get lunch. And so we're driving back, and we're on 50th Street coming down from L Street towards the railroad tracks. And if you're going north there, at the light, it's 2 lanes, but a half a block down the hill, there's the old Union Pacific Railroad tracks with one of the old original bridge. It looks like it's a little tunnel, and it's only 2 lane. So these 2 lanes go to 1 lane, and then of course the traffic coming the other way. The other traffic is got the other lane, so it's a 2 lane. And so I'm in the lane that is correct. And just a little history on that 460 4-barrel in that bad boy. The only mod I had done on that car was take the air cleaner and flip it upside down, because that's what you do when you got an old carburetor and you wanted to breathe a little extra. So that thing would shift out of first gear to second at 5,500 RPMs, and this tack right here would tell you the tale. And it was just, I couldn't, Henry wanted to shift at 5,500, let it be. So anyway, I'm at the light, and up comes a 3rd gen Camaro Z28 with 2 kids in it. I got my mom in the car with a bucket of chicken on the floor. And I can tell the game. He's thinking, there's this big car. He's going to get on the gas. He's going to get in front of me, get the lane. He's good to go. So I'm doing the Detroit lane. It had the big bench with the fold down armrest. And I always drive those big cars leaned over just a little bit. You know what I mean? And so all I had to do was reach forward straight out there and just click the old air conditioning off, because we were running the air, windows up, and because you're gonna race somebody, you gotta have air conditioner off. And I bring her up on the brake. I bring that throttle up on the brake, and the car's, you know what I mean? She's ready to pounce. And when mom's like, this ain't mom's first car race, okay? Mom been street racing with my dad back in the day. She probably been in more car races than most people watching this video with my old man. My old man was afraid to race anybody, so it's still doing it today. Anyway, so we take off. The light turns green, and it's kind of door handle. I maybe inched him a little bit, and then she started to pull him. And if he would have had the motor, I'd let him on over. You got to earn it. But he couldn't earn it. He's looking at that passenger door going, man, this guy ain't gonna let up. He don't care, it's already bashed in. So anyway, he didn't have the motor. The Mercury made it through. The bucket of chicken was warm when we got home. Everybody was excited. My mom had a little story to tell the old man, so it was a good day. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you next time on South Omaha Speed. Tell your neighbors, friends. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.
All right.